to Sleepy Hollow and thank you for the wonderful turnout to honor Sleepy Hollow's longest and arguably most beloved staff member. Having been here for 53 years, Joe's been here for exactly half of Sleepy Hollow's 106-year existence. It's kind of hard to believe. Joe's been here so long, since 1965, that the Jets have just signed a rookie out of Alabama named Joe Barreiro. And that's a long time. Oh, I'm glad to see Joe's finally showed up. Amazing, here's the amazing statistics, and that's 53 years ago. Joe has never taken a sick day in that entire time. And with our membership, you think he can at least take a mental health day. But he never has. It's remarkable. No one can last 45 years in the same job and 53 years with the same employer without great family support. So I'd like to recognize some of Joe's family members that are here with us today. First of all, I want you to meet Joe's mom, Millie. Millie, I need you to stand up. With Millie because she's incredible. She's a real hoot. And I mean to tell you, she's amazing. Next time you go to a bar, you want Millie going with you. We're also here. We have Carol, his wife of 39 years, who's Carol. I saw her the other day, and she said to me she's actually looking forward to having Joe home every day now. And I said, you know, that's really cute, but you are so naive. Their children, John, who everybody knows. John is here. His beautiful daughter, Kendall, and her husband, Rob. Joe's two brothers, Michael and Mark, and his sister Debbie. You can't miss them because they all look alike. Joe's professionalism is renowned through the Met area and beyond. We've invited other golf associations to join us today in celebrating his accomplishments. From the Metropolitan Golf Association, we have Brian Mahoney, who is the executive director. We have Jay Matola, who is the past executive director. We have Peter Nicholson from the foundation, and Gene Westmoreland, the past tournament director for the MGA. And from the Westchester Golf Association, we have Joe Pica, who is the current president, and we have Rich Uva, who is a longtime past president. Here, here. Finally, from the Western Golf Association out in Illinois, we have Jeff Harrison, who's the Senior Vice President of Education, and Bill Wallace, who's the Vice President of Development. So thank you, guys. Now, as many of you know, Joe grew up in Ossining. It's just up the street from Sleepy Hollow, where when he began as a 13-year-old caddying for the club. Following graduation from Ossining High School and 2 years at Pace University in Pleasantville, Joe began one of the most impressive careers in his profession. Sleepy Hollow has always considered a strong caddy program as the centerpiece of his golf experience, but Joe brought it to another level. His expert training and mentoring of both young, high school, and college students have clearly produced results. Nearly 100 of his caddies have qualified for the Westchester Golf Association college scholarships during Joe's tenure. Joe has helped keep golf a walking sport at Sleepy Hollow, where often clubs have wrestled with the invasion of golf carts over the years. Another key to Joe's success has been his polished communication skills and intimate knowledge of how the club operates. In fact, I'm just one of the many presidents of Sleepy Hollow that have had to make the trek down to Joe's lair to be lectured on how to run the club. I've gotten it right, have we? Few can remember names, family members, and guests like Joe Barreiro. Details are important to him as is providing unmatched service to all those who experience playing golf at Sleepy Hollow. Joe has twice been recognized as Caddy Master of the Year in 1993 and 2012, by the Westchester Golf Association Caddy Scholarship Fund. It's quite a feat to receive this award more than once in a region filled with esteemed golf clubs. Sleepy Hollow members take pride in supporting the Caddy Scholarship Fund. The club has been recognized 9 times as a leading donor to the WGA Caddy Fund with the Willie Trinessa Outstanding Club Contributor Award. Each year since 2000, Sleepy Hollow has contributed more than $50,000 providing scholarships to caddies and others throughout the metropolitan New York area. As Joe winds down his career, and at Rob Rusk's suggestion, the board decided to create the Joe Barreiro Scholarship Fund and direct Sleepy Hollow contributions toward this new fund in his name. Tax-deductible contributions to this endowed fund, which will be administered by the Westchester Golf Association Caddy Scholarship Fund, are earmarked for distributing additional awards to our Sleepy Hollow caddies who receive awards from the Caddy Scholarship Fund. The board of the Caddy Scholarship Fund Committee and the board of governors of the club thought that this would be one of the many fitting tributes to Joe, his dedication to Sleepy Hollow, and the best caddy program in the metropolitan area. It was our goal to raise $100,000 for this fund, and to date, we've raised upwards of $120,000.
Wow.
By the way, we're still taking donations. Don't stop. 2017 will be the final golf season for Joe. It would be hard to imagine a summer at Sleepy Hollow without Joe Barreiro leaning on the rock wall and peering over the golf course. His goal is and was making everyone feel welcome, whether checking in for tea time, getting their clubs to go practice, or listening to a member tell a story. He wants everyone to live the dream that started for him 53 years ago. The diaspora of guys that have caddied over the years with Joe is very large indeed. The board hired the former caddy of Joe's, Bruce Smith, and his company Sporty Bear Productions to create a tribute to Joe and his life spent at Sleepy Hollow. Please watch and listen to special people in Joe's life recount what he has meant to them, the game of golf, and the Sleepy Hollow experience. Joe, I hope you enjoy the time of your life at Sleepy Hollow. A lot of memories and thoughts each of you has had of your interactions with Joe over the years. I have to say my takeaway from it was that a long time ago, amazingly enough, John Barreiro was one cute little kid. Make sure he stays in his seat. Thank you to Bruce Smith and everyone at Sporty Bear Productions, as well as the many members, friends, colleagues, and caddies, and family members who took part in it. We're not calling this a retirement party because Joe is going to stay around until the end of the fiscal year in March. We have tried to maintain this as a tribute. And in that spirit, we have a few organizations that want to pay tribute to Joe for his work. The Metropolitan Golf Association, the Westchester Golf Association Caddy Scholarship Fund, and the Western Golf Association. So first I'd like to introduce Jay Matella, past Executive Director of the Metropolitan Golf Association, and Joe Hyga, President of the Caddy Managers Association and the Caddy Manager of Short Haven Country Club. Guys.
That's an easy act to follow. Thank you, Bob. It's a pleasure for Joe Pica and I to be here representing our associations. Just a few comments. I think we all know in other parts of the country, caddy programs are non-existent. Some places they're shrinking or dying. And those of us who play golf here in the Met area are very fortunate that it's a great tradition here. We have great programs that continue to thrive here in the area. Nearly 200 MGA clubs have caddy programs. During the heart of the summer, there are 8,500 caddies working at area clubs. And as was mentioned earlier, Bob mentioned Sleepy Hollow is one of those great programs. And I think you can really say tonight, it's the best of the best. Here, here. 40-plus years of driving force and nurturing, growing, creating that program is Joe Barreiro. Also, on behalf of the MGA, we've conducted any number of events here over the years, and I know that I speak for all of the local golf associations, the Women's Met, the Westchester Golf Association, the Met PGA, the USGA, that when you came to Sleepy, you knew you were going to be dealing with a true professional, someone who took care of has been mentioned, every single detail before you even asked. And I think one thing that speaks a lot about Joe is that he and the caddies took a genuine interest in the success of your event. It was just terrific, and obviously coming here to Sleepy and dealing with Joe, we always had successful events. So Joe, a big thank you from all of those golf associations we've worked with over the years for your help and support. And if you allow me a personal note, I started caddying about 50 years ago. It's my first involvement with golf, almost the same time that Joe did. I've known Joe for over 40 years. I live nearby in Terrytown. My daughter Lauren and her husband Robert Crosby are now members of Sleepy Hollow, so hopefully I'll be invited here a few more times. And Joe and I actually coached CYO girls basketball against each other right up the road in St. Augustine in Austin. Of course, Joe on the sidelines was a perfect gentleman while I was screaming and yelling at the girls and embarrassing my daughters. And of course, Joe's team won in a great matchup, 10-8. So Joe, it's really been an honor for me to call you a friend for 40 years and to be part of this celebration and recognition tonight. I'd like to announce that both the Caddy Managers Association and the MGA have made contributions to the Joe Barreiro Fund for the Westchester Caddy Scholarship Fund. I think it's an incredible tribute to Joe that so much money has been raised so quickly, and it's a great legacy that future Sleepy Hollow caddies will get a Joe Barreiro scholarship. How fitting. And I'd just like to close by presenting Joe with a token of our appreciation. And Joe, maybe if you could come up and just receive this. And Joe, people will present it to Joe. The inscription on the scroll, Metropolitan Golf Association and the Metropolitan Caddy and Golf Services Managers Association are pleased to join the members of Sleepy Hollow, colleagues, caddies, friends, and family in recognizing Joseph P. Barreiro. For more than 50 years of unmatched service to the members of Sleepy Hollow, for giving back to your fellow caddy managers as a mentor and association officer, more importantly, for being a role model and having a positive impact on the lives of hundreds of young men and women caddies over the years. Your counsel and support, and many of whom have received caddy scholarships and gone on to successful careers. Presented to you for all you have done for your club, your profession, and the caddies, with grateful appreciation and best wishes. October 15, 2017, Sleepy Hollow Country Club. So, congratulations and thank you.
I'm still not over that CYO law.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I mentioned before that we had over 100 county scholarship recipients here at Sleepy Hollow Country Club, and Rob Russ has pulled together a book of thank yous and remembrances of Joe that we'd like to hand from that. Rob, if you can come up. Here you go.
Bob mentioned that Joe's mentorship included presidents of the club. It's also included guys involved in the caddy program. I made a mistake of asking Bob what the dress code is instead of the hotel. So. I'd like to introduce everybody who hasn't met him to Bob Thomas, who has been a long-time executive director of the WGA Caddy Scholarship Fund. And you've all seen the plaque down by Joe's office. Sleepy Hollow's had over 100 caddy scholars. You in this room and the rest of the membership have been incredibly generous to the Caddy Scholarship Fund over the years. actually raising close to $2 million over the years for Caddy Scholars. It started with that man, Jim Hand, who was the president of the Caddy Scholarship Fund and the WGA, and obviously the USGA. This book, actually, I had very little to do with, Bob. That's why I gave him credit. Lauren Weller, the current executive director of the Caddy Scholarship Fund, Bob Thomas and the staff thought this book would be a fitting tribute to Joe, to recognize his years of service to caddies and to helping them develop as the great young men they become. So Joe, on behalf of Bob, myself, and the Caddy Scholarship Fund, please accept this coffee table book in recognition of your service to the Dodgers.
The Western Golf Association, located in Illinois, is the organization that oversees the Evans Scholar Program. It's a little strange to think of Illinois as being Western, but when they started the Golf Association so many years ago, so many centuries ago, that actually Illinois was the West in those days. Their program is the leading caddy program in the country, providing full scholarships for the recipients as well as housing on campus. It is the foremost caddy recognition organization in the United States, if not the world. When they heard that Joe was retiring, they felt that his accomplishments of 53 years in overseeing one of the best caddy programs in the country could not go without recognition. Tim Mormon, the manager of the Caddies and Scholarship Development Board, contacted Eric Rule and asked how they could participate in today's event. To that end, I would like to introduce Jeff Harrison, Senior Vice President of Education, and Bill Wallace, Vice President for Development of the Western Golf Association and the Evans Scholar Program.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be here at this beautiful club to celebrate the great tradition of caddying and recognize the remarkable accomplishments of Sleepy Hollow's own Joe Barreiro. Caddies have long played a starring role in the history of the game of golf. The first caddies were French military cadets, tasked with carrying clubs for Mary Queen of Scots and members of the royal court in the 16th century. Caddies served dutifully on the wingstop links of Scotland as the game continued its evolution. They were there as golf gained popularity overseas and here in the U.S. Caddies were trusted confidants and reliable companions to Varden, Ray, Ouimet, and the game's early titans. Professional caddies like Angelo Garcia, Bruce Edwards, Fluff Cowan, and Steve Williams were witness to some of the greatest feats in the history of the game. Famed gambler Chick Evans, who caddies the boy in Chicago, called caddies the lifeblood of the game of golf. But one needn't work alongside one of the great golf legends to be part of this great caddying tradition. Every summer, at golf clubs around the country, hard-working young men and women caddy and learn lessons that last a lifetime. They learn about money management and the importance of great interpersonal skills. They meet successful men and women who one day become mentors or employers. They can even earn a Westchester scholarship or even a caddy scholarship. Caddy is truly the best summer job a young person can have. Caddy programs afford these young men and women the opportunity to work, learn, and grow on the golf course. And behind every great caddy program is a great caddy manager. Caddy managers are the embodiment of servant leadership. They work selflessly to better the lives of those around them. To their caddies, they are more than merely an employer or supervisor. They are role models, disciplinarians, mentors, and friends. Sleepy Hollow Country Club's Joe Barreiro has been all of these things and so much more to thousands of caddies. Joe walked through the gates here at Sleepy Hollow in 1965 as a 13-year-old caddy, and he's been a fixture here ever since, leading thousands of youth and adult adult caddies and serving the members at this great club. Joe was hired as a caddy manager in 1972 and has worked in that role for the last 45 years. Joe has a sterling reputation among his caddies and the membership at Sleepy Hollow, who credit him with helping keep golf a walking sport at the club. In a letter nominating Joe for induction into the Caddy Hall of Fame, President Bob Mayer wrote, "Joe has always, without fail, delivered the best caddy program to the membership at Sleepy Hollow year after year." Bob also noted, "He is the quintessential professional and is admired by his peers throughout the region." Joe has also earned our admiration as well, and that's why I'm here tonight. The Caddy Hall of Fame was established in 1999 and has been administered by the Western Golf Association since 2011. The Caddy Hall of Fame recognizes individuals who have devoted their lives to the game of golf through caddying or by supporting the role of caddies. Those eligible for introduction include individuals who have used their experience as a youth caddy as a stepping stone for future success, professional caddies who set the standard for what a caddy should be, and caddy administrators whose work with caddies and caddy programs have bettered the lives of men. Past inductees include Chick Evans, Francis Ouimet, Gene Sarazen, Jack Nicklaus, past USGA Executive Director David Fay, Golf Resort guru Mike Kaiser, Jim Bones Mackay, Pulitzer Prize winner Thomas Friedman, and Sleepy Hollow's own Bill Murray. What an impressive list. Tonight, Joe Barreiro will join this distinguished group. Joe, you personify all that is good about the game of golf. You are more than deserving of this honor in recognition of your many years of service to caddying. The impact you've had on thousands of lives is truly remarkable. Thank you for all you've done for our game, for the members and guests of Sleepy Hollow Country Club, and for caddies. On behalf of the Western Golf Association, welcome to the Caddy Hall of Fame.
I guess I don't have to introduce the next guy that's coming up here. Give a hand to Joe Barreiro.
This is my speech. This is bigger than the one that I had for my daughter's wedding. When she got married, I said, you know what, we'll just do it on the cuff. And I decided that was the best way to do it here. This is like, wow. I mean, the video brought back so many memories. I mean, I can actually remember every single one of those pictures and when it happened. Now, if you ask me tomorrow, no. But as I repeat that video, I will actually not only remember but treasure certainly every minute that I've been here at Sleepy Hollow Country Club. To my family, thank you. my mother. If you have not met this lady, she is something really special. And I hope that all of you get a chance to say hello to her because she is the best. To all of you, we have certainly a magnificent clubhouse, the soon-to-be better-than-ever golf course, and as good as all that is, it's all of you that make it what it is. From every person that has passed through my door, both member, caddy, employee, anyone that I've ever shook their hand, said hello to, it's been an honor. And I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
I just told Joe if he made me cry, he's going to be really upset. Before we break, I just want to thank a few people. First of all, I want to thank Eric Gould, because none of this would have happened without Eric and his expertise. I want to thank the entire staff of the club who turned out to help in making this a special day for Joe. And again, many thanks to Bruce Smith and the gang at Sporty Bear Productions for the wonderful video of Joe. Thank you to the representatives of the Metropolitan Golf Association, Westchester Golf Association Caddy Scholarship Program, the representatives of the Western Golf Association, and the Caddy Hall of Fame. Thanks to Joe's family for all your support today and for over the years. And finally, on behalf of the membership of Sleepy Hollow, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Joe. We really hope you had the time of your life.